My name is Amelia Bennett, and I was 26 years old the night everything I knew about my life shattered in a single moment, sitting in the passenger seat of my own car, while my best friend drove us home from a birthday dinner, laughing about nothing important, when a truck ran a red light and slammed into us so hard that the world folded in on itself. And when I woke up in a hospital 3 days later, my father, a man worth more money than I could ever count, was sitting beside my bed with red eyes and a face I had never seen on him before. And the doctor's words came slow and careful, telling me my spine had been damaged beyond what surgery could fix, that I would not walk again. And I remember thinking that all the money in the world could not undo what had already been done. And for the next year, I watched my father spend fortunes on specialists flown in from other countries, experimental treatments, private rehabilitation centers with gold fixtures and floor-to-ceiling windows, and none of it touched the part of me that had gone dark inside. Because I did not just lose the use of my legs that night, I lost the girl who used to run along the beach behind our house at sunrise, and no specialist could hand that girl back to me. Until the afternoon my father hired a new physical therapist after firing the third one that month, a quiet man named Michael Carter who showed up in a plain gray shirt with calloused hands and eyes that did not flinch. When he saw the wheelchair, and he did not talk about miracles or breakthroughs like the others had, he simply knelt down to my eye level, which nobody else had ever thought to do, and said 4 words that I did not expect. Let me help, and something about the plainness of it cracked something open in me that all the expensive words, from all the expensive doctors, never had. And over the weeks that followed, I learned that Michael was 38 years old, a former Navy SEAL who had left that life behind after an injury of his own, and that he was raising his 8-year-old son alone since his wife had passed. And he never once treated me like a broken heiress to be fixed for a paycheck. He treated me like a person who still had a fight left in her, whether she believed it or not. And some mornings, I screamed at him out of frustration when my legs would not respond the way I begged them to, and he never left the room. He just waited, steady as stone, and told me that one hard day was not allowed to write the ending of my whole story. And slowly, so slowly I almost did not notice it happening, I began to look forward to our sessions, not because I was getting stronger, though I was, but because for the first time since the accident, somebody was looking at me and seeing Amelia instead of a tragedy. And on the days his son, Ethan, would wait in the corner of the therapy room doing his homework, I found myself laughing again, actually laughing, at the boy's terrible knock-knock jokes. And one evening, about 8 months into my recovery, gripping the parallel bars with my arms shaking and my father watching through the glass, with tears he thought I could not see, I took 4 steps on my own, 4 wobbling, painful, glorious steps. And Michael did not cheer or make a show of it. He just smiled the smallest smile and said, "See, I told you," and my father, a man who had built an empire and negotiated with world leaders, broke down crying in a hallway because a quiet single dad with calloused hands had given his daughter something no fortune ever could. And today, 2 years later, I walk with a cane most days and sometimes without one on good days. And Michael Carter is no longer just my therapist. He is the man I share my life with. And Ethan calls me his second mom. And I think about that day so often, the day I believed my life was finished. And I understand now that healing was never going to come from money or headlines or the best doctors that could be flown in from anywhere in the world. It was always going to come from someone brave enough to kneel beside me and refuse to give up. So if this story moved you even a little, please like this video, share it with someone who needs a reminder that they are not finished yet, and subscribe to Kindness True Stories for more stories like mine.